weeks. They went for my family. They go, you disagree with them, right? They go for your family, they go for your job, they go for everything. They went for my daughter. They put her on pornographic websites. They caused a lot of grief between me and my son and daughter, a lot of grief, which still goes on to this day. They don't know the trouble that they cause with families. You know, they went for my daughter. They went for my job. They cost me money when they went into my Yell account. Although I had 2 Yell accounts going on at the time because I had to get rid of the one because of health problems. I couldn't be on my knees all the time.
So what year was this? Just for a bit of clarification, Steve. How long?
I don't know. It was what, 7 years ago. But I got full a damp proofing. I'd got full. I think I got 14 5-star reviews, the best reviews. And of course, you can't use those reviews again because they know it's you.
Yeah.
So you can't spend a fortune changing your business name that you've built up. It didn't work. So I had to rethink what to do. So resisting hate destroyed my family. They destroyed my business, right? I'm still not on full speaking terms with my son and daughter. And it's not because I'm evil or nasty or anything like that. It's because of what that fat cunt in Chesterfield did, right?
Yeah.
And there's the C word. And it's going to come out a few more times, right? And the thing is as well, they are so relentless. And we'll get to that later, right? They're relentless in the fact that Roanna uses people, and these people are mostly weak-minded, or they've got something wrong with them.
Yes, which we can see with Scott. We can see that.
Yeah, I'm not knocking the autistic or anything like that, but they're normally autistic or weak-minded in some way. They've got a problem.
Yeah.
Sam Eade, look at the state of that fucking freak of nature.
Cocaine addict,
you know,
sexual degenerate. He's just
God,
he ticks all the boxes, doesn't he? Really?
Well, he went for monkey, didn't he? He was trying to poke the monkey until he found out that she was a fat goth from Chesterfield.
Yeah, exactly.
Where are we now?
Degenerates.
That was a quick recap on just a tiny bit of what they've done just to me, let alone Kate. Right, 6 months ago, 4 cops. Right, I was still in bed. 4 cops came. They were doing the roof next door, not the cops. They don't do roofs. But the builders are doing the roofs next door. So I thought the banging was the because they were doing a part of my roof as well.
The roofers, yeah, he would.
And there was loads and loads of banging. Then the next minute, the loudest bangs you've ever heard on my patio door on my bedroom, right? The loudest bangs, right? It shit the life out of me, and it shit the life out of Meg. I went to the window, and there was 3 coppers. One was at the front door, in my back garden, right? And they were at first they were absolute bastards. They were going, answer the door, you're under arrest, right? And I'm thinking, what have I done? What the fuck have I done? Yeah. And then you've got 4 coppers, one of them being a sergeant, searching your house, right, from top to bottom. They're searching your house while you're sat there in your fucking boxer shorts in your bedroom, and there's 4 fucking coppers in your bedroom, right, while you're getting dressed. And you can't even have a shit without a copper sitting. I was yo-yoing a fucking turd all day. I couldn't even have a shit. And I went, but I need shit. And he went, I'm going to sit and watch it.
Nice.
And then I said, I can't even have a piss when someone sits and watches me. So, I'm just going to have to hold it. So I got dressed. I got a bottle of water and took it with me.
Yeah.
They were good enough not to handcuff me. I said they'd have to do it to the front because I've got horrendous arthritis in my fucking elbows. And they were okay with me because I told them, if you're a cunt with me, I'll be a cunt back with you.
Yeah.
And they were all right with me. In fact, I got an apology off the lady copper because she was a bit of a dick. she told me it wasn't funny when they told me that it was threats to kill and harassment. When to me it was fucking hilarious. You know,
I mean,
and I growled at her like fuck.
Yeah.
And later on the way home, when she'd heard my side of it, she apologised to me.
I mean, what evidence did anybody, the people who made the complaint, we obviously know who it was, but what evidence did they give to the police of you saying that you were going to rape her, kill her? What evidence did they give?
Well, the thing is that all they have to do these days is say the word far right and you're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
The police have got a box to tick. They're in this race for a box to tick.
Yeah.
That, you know, the biggest problem in the world is the far right. I fucking detest the far right. You know,
Yeah, I know.
people who know me for real know that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know what my dad did and things like that.
Yeah.
But where was I? I'm digressing now. But yeah, they were okay with me. But they left behind the sergeant to search my house from top to bottom. They've come to my house. They've knocked on the back window. They've terrified Meg.
Yeah.
You know, Meg's a little border terrier. She's a very delicate little girl. You know, and she loves everyone, but she puts her head down, and she was terrified that they'd come here and they'd taken her dad away. She's just lost her fucking mum.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
my partner. I've just lost Ness.
Yeah.
Which would have been in the next room. If it was a few months earlier, she would have been in the next room dying of fucking cancer, right?
I mean, I think they might have taken...
And Roanna online with her friend Monkey and all the rest of them come up with this plan. They planned it online, right? They didn't do it hidden. They did it in public. I've got a great idea, you know, and that's what this is all the stuff that I showed the police. They didn't do it because she was harassed. They did it to score points. They did it. They used the police as a
of course they did. A pawn.
as a weapon to troll. Yeah,
they used
basically.
Police as a pawn in the
game. If they'd have come here when Ness was dying of cancer and I was a carer, they would have taken me away from her.
They wouldn't have taken you.
Well, they fucking would have.
I don't think they would have.
And basically, and anyway, right?
Irrelevant.
So I got all these coppers in the house searching, right? They took me. Then they called a firearms fucking unit to come and check me fucking air rifle, right?
I mean,
you know, what did they think that gas canister was underneath? Did they think it was some kind of rocket launcher?
You see, when Sammy
they were making fake police complaints, right? Even though they had no reason. I never said that I'd got a firearms illegal or anything like that. They just said, you know, firearms. He's threatened to kill someone.
Hang on.
Right, we'll get to that in a minute. Right, anyway.
Sammy Damji posted pictures of handguns on the internet saying that he was going to kill people. So
yeah, and they went to the police. The police did nothing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. Yeah, the police did absolutely nothing.
Roanna told me to kill myself. The police did nothing. What's his name?
Scheller.
John Scheller threatened to come to my house and crush my skull into a porridge, right? The police did nothing. What they said was, it's not really a threat to kill, is it? And I went, well, if you can live after your fucking skull's been crushed to a porridge, yeah. It's not really a threat to kill, you know.
Yeah,
they've ignored all of that. They've ignored all of that, right? And hold on, where are we now? Right, okay, let's do one thing at a time because we're digressing, right? Nessie's phone was the worst thing, right? I've just lost my partner of
10 years.
Of 10
and
years.
They take your phone.
10 years.
Yeah.
I've just lost my partner of 10 years. And I had a phone which I blanked, a really old phone, to download her phone because her poxy sister wanted the phone, right? So basically, I'd uploaded Nessie's phone onto another phone, right? Because it had got all our videos of the boat trips and the stuff that we'd done on the boats and everything, right? Got all those. And at the time when I needed those pictures, we can't get that back now. We can't get that back because of some cunt in Chesterfield lied, right?
Mm-hmm.
To score points. I still now, after 6 months, can't see the videos of Ness. I can't see it when I needed it, right? When I needed it. That fucking cunt in Chesterfield made sure that I couldn't see it, right?
Yeah, and they
Hold on.
take it for granted. They have got no idea what that is like to go through that kind
You
of
know,
thing.
the other thing is, right, when the police take your phone, they're taking your life,
Yeah,
right? They're taking your life. They took all the phones that they could fucking find, right? And basically, when I got home, I wasn't able. If I hadn't, well, we'll get to this in a minute. Basically, if I hadn't have had my original phone to hand, which the cops didn't fucking find, right? I wouldn't have been able to pay me bills. And I said to this, how can I don't have anyone else's phone. I can't contact people.
yeah.
You
Well,
know, I
yeah,
can't
you don't
contact
remember
people
numbers now.
because I thought when I was at that police station that they had all my phones, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't contact anyone.
Well, no, because nowadays,
Not just that. How am I going to pay me bills? How am I going to pay me bills? How are they going to contact
yeah,
me? This is what the police don't realise, and what people on the internet don't realise. When they take your phone, they take your life and your ability to carry on.
because everything is in that phone, whether it's a phone number.
But what they did, yeah, exactly. What they did is they fucked up with mass reporting, right? When they mass report, what they're doing is they're getting rid of evidence. Not that there was anything on that phone that's any evidence, because I've done fuck all wrong, right? When they took, what happened was I just bought a new phone because I couldn't get a Twitter account, right? So I put that other phone away.
Yeah.
So that was the reason when I got back it's gone now. So no use sending the fucking cops round. It's gone. You missed your fucking chance, right?
Yeah.
So when I got back, right, with that phone, luckily I was able to carry on with my life. I said to the cops, how am I going to cope?
Yeah, what we're going to do.
And they went, well, you should have thought of that. I should have thought of that before I answered back.
Yeah.
Are you taking the fucking piss?
Yeah, but these are people who just don't know the whole situation, and I'm sure that at the end of it, when it all comes down to charge or no charge, they'll understand the situation, a lot more. And I'm sure that they're probably watching, these accounts on here. They're definitely watching them. They've got to be, because they're causing so much trouble. And it's not just us that's reported them over the years, Steve. It's not just us. It's a shitload of people. There's hundreds.
9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock in the morning they came. It was around about 6ish before they released me, right? I had to sit in a cell all that time. Why?
Because you were dangerous, far-right fascist, that's why.
Because I dared to answer back, right? Yeah. Because I dared to answer back. Because I dared to fight against a group that's not only fucking racist, that drives people to suicide, right? Where are we? Yeah.
I can't remember that.
And the thing is as well, when I got home, if I hadn't have had my phone, which I fucking sparked up straight away, dug out, sparked up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they hated the fact that I was back straight on there, right?
Oh, yeah. Because
and the reason I was straight on there is because they just kept mass reporting me, right? Yeah. So basically, I was able to see Louise Raw, scourge scum of the fucking earth, Louise Raw, and Mohammed Jihadi Akunji, right? Both separately telling their followers to report me to the police and giving them links, right?
Yes, they did. Yeah, I remember
that. Now, in what fucking court would that ever stand up?
It
right?
wouldn't. It really wouldn't.
Don't phone the police because you've been hurt. Phone the police because we told you to, right? So Roanna had encouraged her friends, because she's in the groups with them. She fucking told me, right? She told me she's in WhatsApp groups with Louise Raw and Mohammed Akunji, right?
Well, we know that anyway.
I've got a lot out of that bitch over the years, right?
We know that anyway, because when you pretended to be Sameed and said, can you text me or can you message me? And Akunji said, what's happened? Send me a WhatsApp, didn't he?
So and then as soon as Roanna spoke to him, it all changed.
Yeah.
What's a joker?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they all
silly cunt. Anyway, the charges, right? Threats to kill and harassment, right? Yeah. When I said who I threatened to kill, right, they couldn't really say anything. I said threats to kill a monkey, an anonymous monkey. Yeah, but Roanna was in the room. And they booked it in straight away. This is in the interview, right?
Yeah.
This is in the interview. Who have I threatened to kill?